Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I want to try out the Rimmel foundation. This is the Lasting Finish foundation, and I've also got their multitasking foundation concealer to try as well. I picked these bits up a little while ago and I just wanted to try them out in a video. Really looking forward to trying them out, so I thought we'd jump straight into this one. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and let's get started. Just starting off by priming my skin. I'm just using my Sheer Glam Glacier Glow primer. Really nice smoothing primer, very cooling on the skin as well. So I feel like I use the same like 4 or 5 foundations all the time, specifically the IRL by Revolution. I use the Ariane Beauty one all the time, the Skin Silk one by Revolution, Super Stay foundation. I always reach for the same ones. So I picked this one up and I thought it'd be a good one to try out. This one is the Rimmel London Lasting Finish foundation. It's up to 35 hours wear, hydration boost, hyaluronic acid, SPF 20, 2% niacinamide. It's supposed to be a full coverage but lightweight foundation, so I'm really looking forward to trying this out. So I got the shade 201 Classic Beige. This is definitely too warm for my face, but I'm hoping it matches my neck a little. We're going to see. Give it a go. So it's got a little pumping dispenser here. I used to try different foundations all the time and I really enjoyed it, and I just feel like I reach the same one, so I'm really excited to try something a bit different. And I'm just going to apply a lot of splodges on my face. And I'm going to blend it using my brush. My favourite all-time blending brush of foundation is from Real Techniques, and it's a 204. I think it's a buffing brush. Yeah, buffing brush. Just feels like it's the one that just does the best for me. However, for this video I'm going to do half of the sponge, half of the brush, just to give a bit of a better view on the foundation, and a lot of people use sponges, so we'll do that for people. I'm just going to grab this mirror here. I got this palette recently from Made by Mitchell. I bought it on TikTok Shop. £45 it's supposed to be. Got it for 15. Absolute bargain. Okay, I'm going to do this side with the brush. I might bring him in a little bit further so you can see a little bit better. Okay, that is blending nicely. Let's just bring you in. I always go the wrong way, but let's try. Yeah, every single time. Okay, that is looking quite nice on the skin. I'd say it's got a bit of a dewy finish. See, it actually looks a bit matte on my forehead. Like round here it looked a bit dewy, but up here it actually looks a bit matte. Interesting. Okay, this is how it's looking on this of my face. I feel like it's actually got more of a matte finish. It just looks a bit dewy over here, like it had a little bit of glow around here, but now it's all blended in, it's actually looking quite matte. So that's how it's looking on that side of my face. It has nice coverage. I think it's a good shade, maybe a little bit light if anything, for the shade of my neck, but we'll come on with bronzer. I think it's quite nice. I wouldn't say it's full coverage at the moment, but we'll see how it looks on this side. Gonna grab a beauty blender to blend that side in with. This is how lazy I am. I'm just using a water bottle to dampen my beauty blender. Went everywhere. This side I'm gonna blend with that beauty blender. Okay, straight away, beauty blender has taken so much coverage out. It's literally just sucked up that product. But this is why I personally don't really use beauty blenders like I use a brush, because I feel like the brush just does it for me. So you can see the difference. You can literally see the difference in the coverage there to there. Like you can see the colour difference and the coverage difference just from using that beauty blender. So I'm going to go for it with a brush, but I do like to give it a fair try and do it both ways. Some foundations I've actually preferred using a beauty blender from before, but I just think I've evolved a bit now. Like I've just changed my views, what I prefer, what I like, what I dislike. But that is, yeah, I wouldn't use a beauty blender with that, or looking at that compared to that, like I wouldn't. But you live and you learn with these things. And that's why I'm testing it, so you don't have to. So I'm going to go in with a little bit more foundation on this side. See how well it builds, because I do have some like blemishes and freckles and things at this side that I would like to have covered today. just because I want to see how good the coverage is. Okay, that's building nicely. Some foundations I can get and you can add an extra layer to it. It just looks cakey and it's not buildable, but this one's building nicely. I need both sides of my face to actually be the same colour preferably. Okay. The coverage is actually better than I thought it was. Like on this side, like you can see my freckles quite prominently. So I thought that it wouldn't cover like the blemishes over here, but it's actually covered those really well. I really like that. Do you see what I mean about how it kind of looks dewy at the start and then it kind of like dries down quite matte? Because that looks really dewy there, but then when it dries down it looks like this. So I wasn't going insane at the start. It does look very dewy until it dries. What I might do, I'm going to put a little bit more on this side, just see how well that builds on that coverage there. Just over my freckles and things. Just out of curiosity. A little bit more on my brush. Okay, so that has covered that there, so it does have nice coverage if you build it up. So I'd say it probably can be a full coverage foundation. You've just got to build it and apply a little bit more, which is not a problem. Okay, just blend out this out, make sure I look blended. I'm excited to try this other one as well, because this other one's supposed to be a concealer and foundation in one, so you can use it as concealer or a foundation. But for me, my concealer shade and my foundation shade are two different things. So I wouldn't use the same product as one day I'll use it as foundation, one day I'll use it as a concealer. And it's not that you can use it as a foundation and it conceals your eye, like it literally says foundation and concealer on the bottle. So I'm looking forward to trying this out, but it does have a metal applicator which is going to be great for cooling the under eyes. So I'll give this a go now, but for that foundation, I actually really like that. I think it has beautiful coverage, sits really nicely on the skin. I like the overall finish of it because I don't like one that's too glowy in your face and you've got to powder it down. I've always been a matte girl at heart. I really like the way that that sits on my skin. It has that coverage there that's sat really nicely there. It doesn't look cakey, hasn't clung to any dry patches. For me, that one is definitely a win. I can't remember how much I paid for it. I think it was like in a 3 for 2 sale, but it's supposed to be, was it $14.99 it was supposed to be? Something like that. So what I'm going to try now is the Rimmel London Multitasking Wake Me Up Concealer and Foundation with Cooling Wand. You can get an actual foundation version of this, but I'll be completely honest, this one just looked like a bit of me more than the other one. I couldn't find a shade that worked for me with the other one. They looked a little bit more grey tone. I don't know if it was just my Superdrug at the time that didn't have the best shade range out, but I just couldn't find my shade. So I went for this one instead. So this is what it looks like when we open it up. This is what the applicator looks like, and I'm quite fascinated by this. I love a metal cooling applicator. However, this one actually like spins. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it literally spins around, so it's got like full mobility. The actual end piece isn't metal, it's just a bit around it. So let's give this a go. I don't know how this shade's going to be either. I do find concealer shades quite hard sometimes. So let's just squeeze a bit of this out and apply it, I guess. I think that's going to be a good shade. I don't really know. Apply a little bit to this side as well. I also want to see how well these products work together, how this concealer works with the foundation. Okay, I'm just like trying to apply it and kind of like blend it in using this wand, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I like. Okay, I don't like that for blending, like look at how that's sat on my skin, but we could kind of like use the applicator to, you know, cool the eyes a bit, spread the concealer around a little bit, but I wouldn't use that to pure blend it. I'm going to apply a little bit more of the concealer on because we've lost some of that on the applicator. So a bit there, there, and a little bit there. And I'm going to use a normal brush to blend that out with because I don't really like that. I feel like I'm going to have to clean this every time I use it. I'm looking forward to seeing how the concealer actually looks when it's blended though. So a brush that I've been using at the moment I'm really liking is the Soft Accent brush from Real Techniques for my concealer. It's the 421. I just really like the shape of it, and I don't know if density is the right word, but like how it just feels, how soft it is, the thickness, things like that. Okay, that concealer is nice, I think. Let's just blend this side. It's blending very easily. It's blending really nicely into my foundation. I like it. I wouldn't say it's my favourite concealer I've ever tried. If I had to pick foundation or the concealer, I'd definitely pick the foundation. But I'm very, very fussy when it comes to my concealer. I feel like it's a little bit too bright in the colour and it's just kind of like sitting in my like under eye bag there and in that crease there. May have used a little bit too much for this one. It might be quite, you know, high coverage one, so you only need a little bit. Let's just set it with a bit of powder and see how it looks with the powder, because this could make all the difference. If I was doing my makeup to go out anywhere, I would use this powder, so we'll do that with this to make it a fair comparison. Okay, with the powder, that is a full 10 out of 10. Full 10 out of 10. This is why, now when I'm testing concealers, I like to test them with my powder, because some of my absolute favourite concealers on the planet, I don't like until I put powder on them. And as soon as I set them, they look beautiful, but that is an absolute 10 out of 10. Look at the difference between that and that powder's made. But I would never look like this without the concealer. So if I just powdered it, it would never look as good. So it's just finding that good combo of products. But that concealer is an absolute 10 out of 10. I love it. See why you need to powder over the top? As soon as I've set that powder in place, that concealer is absolutely beautiful. Can I have a little look close in a mirror? In person, I'll be honest, I can see a few little creases already in there. Not on this side, but there are a couple on this side, but my eyes crease so easily. But from a distance, on camera, not even just from a distance, like looking in the mirror behind me there, it looks beautiful, just that concealer. It's only when I look really up close in my mirror that I can see those creases. I'll see if I can show you them on camera. So I'm just talking about the ones that are under here. You can't see them that well, but this is what I mean. Overall, as a duo, that foundation and concealer are beautiful. I do think the foundation was a little bit light for the tan colour right now, but we'll just warm it up with a bit of bronzer, which is what I'm going to do next. So I'm going to go in with my bronzer and blush. For my bronzer, I'm going to use the Blush Balm in Cream Car from Made by Mitchell. As you can tell, I absolutely love this product, use it all of the time, so that would be a fair test to use this one. I normally wouldn't powder before I do my cream products, so that is the only difference with my makeup routine in this video. Just bronze that up there. Put a little bit more on than I normally would, just because it's a bit of a lighter shade, is this foundation, than my usual. I always find foundation matching in stores quite difficult. I either get a little bit too light or like absolutely perfect. But what I like to do when I'm in shops is I like to go and grab one that I know I love. So like the IRL one or the Skin Silk one, things like that. Get a pump of that shade and then I'll go around and try and match it to that shade, because I know that that's a shade that I love and that matches my tan or matches my normal skin colour or whatever. I'm actually really liking the way this is sitting on there. It's blending in like an absolute dream, but this product, to be fair, always does. I absolutely love this bronzer. It's my current absolute fave. My favourite product ever was the Curve Case by Made by Mitchell. And then he brought these out, which is basically the same formula, it's just in a stick. And it's only £5, which is an absolute bargain. It's always his travel with, so this literally goes with me everywhere. I love the way that's sitting on my skin, love the way that that's looking. I'm going to go in with my blush next. This is from Morphe, it's their Hot Shot Blush Drops. Absolutely love these, can't go wrong with them. So I'm just going to get a few drops of this on the back of my hand. I do apply this on my hand first instead of my face because they're quite pigmented, and I've made the mistake of putting these on my face first and just looking like Coco the Clown. Favourite brush when it comes to applying blusher is my She Glam one. I've talked about this so many times. It's the Cat Paw brush and it is just beautiful. I don't know what it is about this brush, but like I can't apply my blush the same without this brush. Like I just can't. I can't do it. I also usually prefer more of a corally blush, but this one from Morphe is just so beautiful. And I absolutely love it. Look at that, look at the way it just sits on the skin, it's so nice. I'm just going to go over and do a couple of little details, like add some more powder in some places, things like that. Try to blend over that edge there, because I don't normally do my powder before my cream blush. But overall, I'm actually really happy with this. I think with the price point as well, you can't go wrong. Because I just love trying drugstore products. Like, high-end products, you can get some really nice things. But I won't name and shame any brands here because they're a beautiful brand. I love the brand. But I bought a rather expensive foundation thinking, oh my god, well, it's going to be worth it. I'm going to use it so many times. And to be honest, I don't really reach for it. It is a little bit light in shades. That might be why I don't really reach for it the same as some of my others. But for the amount of money I spent on that, definitely haven't had my money's worth compared to some products that I use at like drugstore. Like the IRL foundation by Revolution, I know I've gone on about it so many times, but I've gone through about 5 bottles of that. I've gone through 2 bottles of the Skin Silk. Like, things like that are really getting your money worth. But this is now how the makeup's looking when it wants to focus, which apparently it doesn't want to. There we go. This is how the makeup's looking. I actually really like it. I think that foundation sat really, really nice on the skin. Like I said with the concealer, I really didn't like it until I put that setting powder on, and now I have. It's made a huge difference to my under eyes, so I'm really impressed by that. Overall, I think they are both really nice and a really nice duo together as well. So yeah, I'm definitely glad I bought them, and I'll definitely be using them again very soon. I really enjoyed this video, but that is going to be it for me for today. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!